lobby, having a good long look at himself in the many decorative mirrors that were everywhere, all over everything. In this voguish fucking hotel! The sleep deprivation that had occasionally tipped into psychosis of the last few years grazed his skin, burst the blood vessels in his eyelids, and puffed out his extremities, fingers, ankles. He couldn't help but think how materially different his life was than it had been a few years ago. His life was filled with the detritus of a family of a 3-year-old son who had a lot of primary colored toys in large animal-shaped bins, a basketball hoop in the kitchen, and a piano in the living room that played on a seemingly endless loop. Here we go around the mulberry bush. He somehow, quite incidentally, he wondered, was there always a toothbrush in the front hallway? And he knew, somehow, Googling her name, social media, that Annie was living in Montreal and doing a master's degree in something fashionable, in some newly minted department. Performativity? Performance? He had sent her an email and told her he was coming to Montreal as part of a book tour for his new lumberjack novel that, yes, he finally finished and published. It was all out there in books, and it was all glossy and out there in bookstores, splayed across in front of windows across the nation. The social media / Hollywood frenzy around #MeToo had hit. Was it 8 months ago now? Maybe 10? And his wife had taken to talking cheerily over dinner on how to encapsulate in literature the power of the movement. And he had a few agonized nights of almost reaching out to Annie. But to say what? To make some unappetizing appeal to her? To confirm that their affair was consensual? Even if it had been unprofessional of him to It had been an odd couple of years since their affair ended. Seeing her floating around campus, they had studiously avoided one another, though he had caught sight of her a few times. Once, in fact, as he was rushing his then pregnant wife to an ultrasound. And then, Annie vanished from campus, or from her perspective, graduated. Annie.
Nice hotel.
You look good.
Yeah?
You do. Yeah.
How's your son?
Good. He's 3.
And the book tour?
Good.
It's been very well received.
Yeah.
I read it.
Yeah.
You know how good it is.
Yeah? Well, it's very nice to see you, Jane. How's Montreal? I like it. I like that I can't understand what anyone's saying. Maybe they're saying romantic things. Probably not, but I can't tell. Do you like school? Nice campus? Be nice. Catch up.
Okay.
I asked you to meet me in the hotel.
Yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't. How you been, Annie?
Good. Good. I'm a TA, and I have students who are 19. Sometimes I do think, I look at them and I think they look young.
You were young.
Yeah.
You were also, in some ways, you were talented.
If you thought I was talented, you could have mentored me. That would have been fine. You didn't have to take me to hotel rooms to mentor me.
You didn't like the sex?
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that.
So what did you like?
I don't know. But I did want you to approve of me or like me, which,
Prove of you?
well, yeah, you singled me out and I felt very good, like very good about that. And I wanted you to like me so much.
I did like you. I liked you.
And when you wanted what you wanted, that seemed like part of it.
I loved you. I was in love with you.
Yeah?
Yes.
In love with me?
I mean, it wasn't just because I wanted to fuck a student, any student.
But it must have been hard to say no to all that. That I felt. That other girls feel.
No, it's not hard at all. With you, yeah, I don't know why with you.
I'm not the only one though.
Well, no, I've had lots of wives and lots of girlfriends and sometimes both at once.
But, I mean,
No. Look, Annie, I'm still on faculty. If you don't like what happened, why don't you go to faculty and make a formal
because it
complaint?
doesn't feel good to do that.
Or go to the media.
It doesn't feel good to. And I did want what we did. And anyway, I don't want for the listen, I'm just trying to figure out how to think about it all. And I'm a TA, and I have students, and they're young, and I know what I must have seemed like to you. And I would have done anything for you to like me. And I didn't have a lot of friends in high school, and I stopped hoping someone would like me. It was my first time away from my mom and my dad. And you were nice to me. And famous. One of my friends said, John Macklem's going on a book tour, let's get tickets, let's see him in up close, sit in the front row, and I couldn't tell her that. I would have liked to ask her how to think about it all, but I can't. I can't talk to anyone about it. What? What? That sounds...
Sounds a little, yeah.
That I can't tell my friend it's weird to go hear you talk because I fucked you for a semester?
Yes, it sounds childish.
Well, I'm 23, which is 4 years older than I was when you fucked me, so... What do you do? Where are you going? What are you doing? Where are you going?